Hi and welcome. I'm going to give you a behind the scenes tour of your Zoom classroom. When you join your next learning event or training day, you will already have a bit of a sense of the navigation and how to use your new online learning context. Thanks for watching this. My name is Patricia Regier with Regier Educational Services.
Welcome to your backstage tour
In the waiting room. And so this is what it looks like. So happy you're here. There might be a specific message on, the event name right here, but this is what the waiting room looks like. Now you can test your audio, which is great. Something will pop up so you can make sure that the right microphone is connected. You could test your video too while you're waiting, and then make sure that you have the setup that you like. Because I'm demonstrating what you're going to see, I want to bring you through the whole experience. Okay, so let's take a look at your navigation. First of all, at the lower left, you have your mic that you can mute yourself by just clicking it. There is the arrow beside it that you can then make sure it's picking the right microphone. And also, if you're not hearing anything, that is where you would also go to make sure that you have the right speaker selected as well. Then you also have your camera right here that you can turn that off. If you have a profile picture, that's what will show up, or it might just show your name. And the arrow beside it also gives you different options for choosing a virtual background if that is something that is part of the experience as well. Let me just take a look. So you have a messy background. It works better if you have a green screen up, but when you pick this, choose virtual background, you can also click I have a green screen if that's the case. You can also turn off a background because it does take potentially more of your internet strength as well. You also have some filter overlays. So they have some holiday ones that if that was applicable, and some other overlays too that are fun, or you can turn those off as well. So you find those with the little arrow beside your camera. If you're not seeing it, it could be that you're not on the latest version of Zoom or you don't have a Zoom account. That does give you different options. So here's where you turn off your camera, but you can also choose a virtual background, choose a filter. And if you've been provided something to, for example, if you're in a training session about your color, your personality color, and you want to put that up as your background, this is also where you would add an image so that you could upload it and pick it as your background as well. There's some other settings here too. So it's important to know the navigation of your mic and your camera. And then I have participants here, and it is possible to pop out that if you wanted to move it to another computer monitor, or it's the same with the three dots here. You can merge to meeting window. And opening up the chat is important as well. And here in the lower right, you can pick if you're chatting to everyone or someone specifically or just to the hosts. So it's important to know those options. When you have private message someone, you need to go back and pick everyone again so that you can be participating in that way. So, and you have the three dots in your window that you can edit your profile picture, you can rename. That's really important. And you can also go to someone else's box if you wanted to pin them as the speaker as well. So, or hide non-video participants. But for example, if for accessibility, if someone was signing for somebody else, they would want to pin the person that is signing for them. So that is helpful to know about that too. Renaming is important. if you're sharing an account with other people, so that the person that is taking care of the technology, that they are perhaps moving the right people into the correct breakout sessions, or if you're calling in, that they are moving both your phone and your video box, to either merging them or moving them into the same breakout room. So it's important to rename your phone box as well, because they will come up as two separate ones if you've called in. Maybe your mic's not working. Or maybe you're driving somewhere and you're participating in that way until you arrive at your destination. So knowing where the participants box is helpful. You can also go to the more beside, like rename is also there as well. And then you just click rename. And if it was your phone box, then you just do that, and it would rename that here in the corner and as well as at the top. So rename again. And it is helpful to have first and last names if that's appropriate for your context. So it's important to know where the mic, the camera, participants box, and the chat box as well. So you might not need the participants box up. Chat box is very important. You can also move that, pop it out here as I demonstrated with the other one, or re-put it together. If you have the opportunity, maybe in a breakout room, to share screen, this is where you would click that, and then that would just need to be activated for all participants, especially multi-sharing, especially during breakout sessions. So that's where you share. Often you might not have the opportunity to record, but the reactions are all here in this little icon. So you can raise your hand, and that just shows up here. There is a way to change the color of your skin too. That is also when you choose your virtual background, that will show up here for general settings. And then at the bottom, you can pick your skin tone as well. To be inclusive, it's good to know that too. So reactions, raised hand, thumbs up. Oh, it's giving both. Lower my hand. Maybe something was funny. You're celebrating something. You loved that point. Oh, that was surprising. You know, same emojis. You might be asked, okay, everyone give me a green check mark if you can hear. So you do want to do that there. Or you can do if you didn't hear the question, you wouldn't know to do no. But sometimes you might be asked for that. You might want to just tell the speaker to go faster or slower, but it is good to and that will only stay on briefly, but you might want to do that as a private message too. If you're not getting through on a private message, that is a visual way to do it. So that's your main navigation in Zoom, to be able to chat and know where your video, mic, and reactions are. Now I also want to show you about view. Okay, so when someone has shared their screen, the host or the speaker, you have some different options here. So first of all, up at the top right, you have view, side-by-side speaker, side-by-side gallery as well. You also can move this line. So if you want to see more people or you want the slide to be a little bit bigger, you can move that by just grabbing the middle line. And up at the top here with view options, you can also annotate. So if you've been invited to use the text tool and type your name in the box on the slide that fits for you, might be an icebreaker, you need to click away from it for it to show up. And then you know, how are you feeling? They might do it as in the chat, or they might do it as an activity with annotation. You can erase something by here to do that. You can do an arrow if you're wanting to point at something of how you're feeling, if that's the question. Formatting is right here. You can change the color of your text. You can change the line width, and you can also change your font size if it's getting too big. And you so right now I haven't picked the text. I'll pick the text right now, and then that's a little bit, I've made a little bit smaller, and I have to click away from it for it to show up as well. So do that again after I have picked a different color, and click away, and then it shows up. You can undo, redo, clear. If you're wanting to save what is on the screen right then, you just have to click save, and it will be, you can click show in folder, but it will likely be in your documents under a Zoom folder. And there is a drop down here too, what type of annotation you want to save as a PNG, that's a picture file, or PDF for printing. You might be asked to pick a stamp, star where you feel you fit on, if they already have a slide that has different options, and then there's drawing tools as well. So to get rid of that bar, you just exit, or you can move it over to your other screen, but you can X out of that. And then that's where annotation is as well. And that's where you can also pick side-by-side mode, as well as here up at the top right for your view when you don't have someone sharing and you don't have that annotation option, view option. So that's a little bit of a navigation there as well. You can still have your reactions here at the bottom, and you can open up chat if it's popped up on the top here. Again, the three dots always can look to see what your options are in that respect, or move it as well. So it's not giving me the option right now to merge it to the window, but when my host stops sharing, then it has gone back to right here. As the participant, this is the navigation here at the bottom, and you can leave a meeting. When you're in a breakout room, make sure you're clicking leave breakout room and not the whole meeting. So to note that as well. And that was a little bit of a navigation. I do have some videos about breakout rooms down below. They are also in the context of facilitators, but stay tuned. Maybe I'll make another video just for the participant experience in breakout rooms and what to expect. But those sections are definitely in the videos down below as well. I hope you enjoyed your tour, whether you checked out last week's video on some tips with our free download for how to set yourself up for success for a great online learning experience, and your tour of your Zoom classroom of navigation and how you can participate and be engaged. Again, what you put into it is what you get out of it, for being present in the moment. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, I would appreciate a like. Share this with someone else that may benefit from it, and I would welcome you to subscribe as well, so you can stay tuned for a lot of other videos that can help you with your online learning experiences. Thanks again. My name is Patricia Regier, and until next time, I hope you have light bulb learning moments, or that you're able to facilitate those for others.